Hey everyone, welcome back. Fancy seeing you here on a Wednesday afternoon. This is Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Fiend Migs, joined as always by my co-host Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapache, and this is the Mad Boxing Show, or Mad Boxing for short. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderfully hot yet breezy Las Vegas Wednesday afternoon. This is kind of becoming a reoccurring thing. We got some time after work on Wednesdays. We want to bring you guys another show, albeit a shorter one. But hey, more content. And we've kind of come to the conclusion that sometimes things happen through the week, right? That we don't want to wait until the following Sunday to talk about. And sometimes we want to get on them because by the time we talk about it the following Sunday, oftentimes hundreds of other media outlets have already talked about it, right? So why don't we get our toes wet in this midweek show and add a second show to our content? So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let us know if it works out for you guys, if you guys like it, even though it's a little bit more of a condensed, shorter show. Sundays are usually our longer ones. But as I mentioned, stuff happens. I literally, as soon as our show ends, it's like, oh, dang it. Now we found something else online that we wanted to talk about. So we decided, let's do a midweek show. So we got some stuff to talk about. It seems to be a very strange show, a weird, I don't know, a theme, I guess, of retirement. We definitely want to be talking about that because rumors of one fighter retiring here, one fighter retiring there, and we're like, hold the front door. What's going on here? Kind of weird that it pops out this week, but we're going to be talking about that, talking about ends of another kind, one Top Rank and where their current state is, because we've seen some updates. We've seen some things pop up. We definitely want to be talking about that. And of course, a couple of extra things we want to talk about. The unusual look of one Terrence Crawford at this weight that we're going to see him in. I don't know. People around him seem to be, or at least maybe the news media, boxing media, seem to be a little concerned with his weight gain here as of late. But we're going to be talking about all of that good stuff. Before we do all of that, Andrew, what's going on, dude? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Miguel? Nothing much. Just got off of work, dude. Nothing big fancy over here.
No, nothing. That's so nothing exciting happened to you between Sunday and now.
Just work.
Yeah,
No, I'm a weekend. Yeah, I only got like three nights, 2 days to party every. And you get it on Sunday, bro. I give you everything I have.
Yeah.
And during the week, I'm go home, relax. Well, me and Junior go to the gym, obviously, but that's boring. That's every day. But no, I come home. I'm in bed. I still go to bed like 11 though, 11:30s. I try to get in bed really by 11:30 because then I'm really playing with fire. I'll be like this. Don't listen, company, while I'm driving. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
Like what? It's not a Tesla.
Right. When you're like driving in like traffic and you're just slowly rocking, you're like when you're behind the wheel, but nobody heard that, right?
Yeah.
That happens to me too. I mean, sometimes, I'm at my computer. Granted, I do work from home, so it's a little bit easier. I literally wake up at the ass crack of dawn, turn on my computer, and the screen is bright as hell, and I'm like, trying to type in and log in as it's like 4:30 in the morning, and then after lunch, it hits me. I start doing the and it's okay. So I have to make sure that I have to go to sleep at a decent enough hour because otherwise,
that would be tempting. That would be very tempting, bro. Working out home, working out home and seeing the bed or the couch right by you, yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, it's mighty dangerous. I mean, I realized this, working in front of a computer, and then payday hits, direct deposit hits, and you're there in front of your computer about to do some shopping. And that in and of itself is dangerous. But now on top of that, when I'm working from home, it's like, man, that bed, I'm not going to say there's some perks. Of course, there are plenty of perks, right? You get to eat your own food, use your own bathroom, et cetera, et cetera. But, oh, man, when I have I have my bedroom set, my bedroom, and in it, I have my workstation. So every so often, I kind of turn over, look at my bed, and that pillow looks mighty comfortable. So it's mighty tempting, I should say, mighty dangerous. But that being said, we got some news for y'all. First, starting off, I guess on a bad note, a kind of a sad note, we had a couple of boxing staples, of I guess people in the boxing circle pass away recently. Tommy Brooks, he's a renowned trainer. This is what I believe I caught online here. I want to take a quick little a screenshot of this here. We are deeply saddened to learn, this is from DAZN. DAZN posted this, the passing of renowned boxing coach Tommy Brooks. Brooks coached Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson, amongst others. Our thoughts and prayers to his family during this difficult time. So, man, after talking about Ozzy, talking about Hogan, now we got a couple of people in the boxing circle that recently passed, him being one of them. Tommy Brooks, rest in peace. And another one, this one you might be more familiar with, Dwight Muhammad Qawi. If you guys remember, I believe it was one of the unification or undisputed light heavyweight championship fights that Evander Holyfield had, and it was quite the scrap. It's one of those scraps you're like, oh damn, this is, we think about the light heavyweight division, and there aren't, we can go back, we have to kind of go dig into like look for these kind of fights that happen to be these brawls. This is one of them. This one you don't have to go digging for it. You know it. If you know Qawi and you know Evander Holyfield, you can pull that one up. Their first fight, at least, was quite the scrap. But from Ring Magazine on their Instagram page, the Ring is deeply saddened to learn of the passing of boxing legend Dwight Muhammad Qawi. Qawi turned his life around after time in prison as he became a two-weight world champion and a ring light heavyweight champion. Our deepest sympathies are with Dwight's family and his friends. So the Tommy Brooks, I saw his and I remember seeing his face. He looked familiar. I could have sworn I saw him on an episode of Legendary Nights, that HBO boxing series. And then when I heard of Dwight, it's like, oh dang, I definitely know this dude. So kind of sucks, 71 I think we saw, right? Andrew, you mentioned you had one of his fights, at least the one with Evander Holyfield, in your VHS collection.
My grandfather,
yeah, right,
yep. Grandfather had that on VHS tapes, and Tommy Brooks, never like the head trainer, but if you look at that list that they gave, the Klitschko's, Pernell Whitaker, Mike McCallum, Holyfield, Tyson, there's some legendary names. It's a lot of knowledge, right? Both of those men that we're losing there. It's another trainer we're losing way too early. Don't know if we can replace that. That's really what's happening to American boxing right now. We don't have the training the trainers that we used to. So age 71, way too young. Rest in peace to both of them. And then rest in peace to both of them. Very sad. Did it say how Mr. Muhammad Qawi died?
Not that I see. I mean, they usually don't say it immediately. I mean, maybe it's some sort of like, the families don't want to say it yet. But as of right now, I don't
just
know.
Because he was so young, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they said, Tommy Brooks was of cancer. Did you hear that?
Oh, I think I did actually. That one I did hear. Yeah.
Aggressive. It said, DeBella said it was aggressive.
Oh, that's right. Lou DeBella. He did mention that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, just too bad.
Too
bad. And thank Miguel for starting the show off on a low point. It's really good.
Jeez.
Here, we're gonna get happy right now. Watch you guys.
No, not yet, because I just found out how Qawi passed. If you want to, if I gotta dig it deeper. According to Wikipedia, at least, Qawi died at the age of 72 at a nursing home in Baltimore, Maryland. He had dementia for the last 5 years of his life.
Man. That sucks.
Well, boxing's no joke, right? You take a lot of shots there, and I believe he also had earlier in his life, of course, because he was in prison. There's some sort of drug and substance abuse at the time, so that'll definitely burn the wick or burn the candle at both ends with that. So that's it's understandable stuff like this happens. It's unfortunate regardless. So regardless, rest in peace of both of these gentlemen, and let's go ahead and kick the show off a little bit of an hour. Let's move on to the next topic. I just wanted to pay my respects to those gentlemen who are no longer with us. All right, so as I mentioned, this recurring theme of retirement. This is kind of crazy, but apparently this is going on. One Anthony Joshua has announced his retirement officially. Um, I was a little skeptical in this one, like maybe, and he's not the kind of person that would go back on his word or anything like that. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, what, really? I mean, I thought he still had more in the tank, right, so to speak. I figured this guy has, that fight with Dubois didn't go his way, but Dubois just came off a loss. The first thing I thought was like, oh shit, there's your chance, there's your rematch right there, go at it. And then I read this. So I know I have the poster somewhere, so I'm going to pull up the post real quick. But apparently, Anthony Joshua was going to call it a career because he had some heartfelt, I guess, goodbye on his Instagram page, if I believe it was. So I'm going to go pull that up here momentarily. But Andrew, real quick, what is your initial reaction, or was there any shock at all, to hearing that Anthony Joshua was calling it a career?
Yeah, kind of surprising. But Joshua has been knocked out a few times in his career, and he's also been hurt multiple times. So we don't know what the brain scans are looking like at this point. You know what I mean? And if they've seen something, Miguel, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? The man's made a lot of money. He has a tremendous career already. Just moving forward just for checks and continuing to be face planted is not a good look on your way out, right? When you had done so much, gold medal winner, the Klitschko victory, all of the success he had with selling tickets. He really is on top of the world, and he's made a lot more money than most fighters dream about. So I believe, this was something that he probably didn't really have a decision on because it comes so abruptly, right? We were talking about a rematch. We were talking about a fight with Fury. We were talking about a fight with Jake Paul. No, I'm retiring. Come on, something happened. Something happened because really both of those fights are winnable fights. Fury, has he knocked out anyone in a few years? Right,
Fury. I think what was it? I think the rematch or whatever it was with Dillian White. I think was the last time he knocked.
Maybe he knocked out Dillian White, huh? All right, so there's one. But granted, he has limited power, right? He's not a power puncher. And then Jake Paul, come on, that's a cakewalk. It's a fucking cakewalk.
And I want to touch on that too because there was a couple of comments made by his trainer that I definitely want to talk about. But I was able to find that. Oh.
Miguel, with that being said, let me throw this in because I don't want no one yelling at the damn radio. Jake Paul now rumored to fight Adrian Broner makes me think that call out of Anthony Joshua was total bullshit. How do you go from Anthony Joshua Usyk to fucking Broner? Like he went from trying to be serious contender to, oh no, I am a joke. Watch this. I'm going to call out a guy fucking 50 pounds lighter than me in fighting weight. I know Adrian's probably the same size as Jake Paul right now, walking around. Yeah. But no, we're talking about when Adrian's in peak form, he's nowhere near Jake Paul. So he makes that a joke, makes me think that the call out to Anthony Joshua was not real. That was a publicity stunt for the bullshit fight he's going to serve up to his fans here, which most likely will be Adrian Broner. Comes really cheap.
Yeah. I'll make sure to touch on that a little bit later on.
Yeah, no doubt.
But this is what I was able to find. It says, shout out to Matchroom for all you have done for me and continue to do for me. Long may you reign supreme and keep giving fighters opportunities to become champions and make boxing great. 12 years ago, I signed with you, and 12 years later, I will throw my last punch with you. Royalty and loyalty is a perfect match for the great good. A toast to another 100 years of Matchroom, and to finish with this. If I could start from scratch, I wouldn't change shit. So that was from Anthony Joshua on one of his social media pages. I forget which one, but officially announcing his retirement. So that, again, a little bit of, out of nowhere, right? A little all of a sudden, we thought there were going to be some other options. There was an article that I read, I think it was on Boxing Scene, as a matter of fact, where Anthony Joshua's trainer was a little, I don't know, maybe skeptical. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. Let me pull it up here. So Ben Davidson is his trainer, right? He talks about first and foremost the possibility of a Jake Paul fight. He says, "I don't like that at all. First and foremost, how can most people even talk about that? Two, whether there's a safety aspect in boxing. Do you know what I mean? This is a serious risk, and something is seriously wrong." Now, he talks about him, coming out of retirement for something like that. It says that money is too easy of money, right?
Oh,
For him,
okay. All right.
to
That
not
makes
want to,
sense. That
right?
makes sense.
So let me see where would I damn, oh, here we go. He says, unfortunately, it might take something like that for people to be like, oh, hold on, we've got to reconfigure this. But somebody would pass it, like somebody would allow it. Somebody would allow it, somebody would sanction it. There's too much money to be made. So I think he's under the impression that maybe something like a Jake Paul fight will lure him out of retirement. But as of right now, it seems like this is it. Blammo, nothing else. But it definitely is a little bit of a shock. I was expecting there to be more fights out of him. I thought, and not too many more. Not like he's going to go on some sort of title run at this point, but I thought there would be some sort of last hurrah against Fury in the UK or something like that, or something like this, some sort of I don't know, maybe exhibition or something like that. I don't know, with Jake Paul, but there's too much money on the table for him to walk away. Now, not to say that he's broke by any stretch. I'm not saying that, or that he's desperate for money, but maybe this is an indication that he really is well off. He's like, all right, I made a fuck ton of money. I'm not in that desperate position, aka Adrian Broner, to take a fight with Jake Paul like this for money because he's not broke. This is kind of what I'm thinking. But could this be, Andrew, like the fact that we have now heard about Jake Paul and Adrian Broner? Is it Jake Paul saying, oh shit, Jake Paul knew something we didn't, that AJ is going to call it quits. So I was like, all right, let me go ahead and back off of that. Let me find somebody else. And it turns out to be Adrian Broner. Maybe he was serious about AJ, but then found out AJ was calling it quits.
My mind's racing right now on everything you just gave us, because I'm starting to think. I want to know if this cleared the path for an AJ Jake Paul fight. Is there any way a commissioning governing body for the belts or something could stop a fight between a professional ranked fighter against someone who's unranked Joe Blow? And maybe he had to give up that license, that right as a pro fighter to make it an exhibition. Let's go get this money. Now he's just an old guy. Right?
Yeah. Now he's just a retired Tyson.
Floyd might come back and fight Manny, they're saying, right? He did him hella exhibitions. So I'm just saying maybe there's some kind of rule, because it's weird that, right away they're like, oh, the Jake Paul fight. And I was thinking, well, he's ranked, he's a professional. It'll be interesting in the next few weeks to see if anything comes about. But if he does sign with Jake Paul, yeah, maybe this was just to clear the way. He'll get that fight out of the way and then bring it right back. So that's my thoughts. Look, if he does stay retired, he's been knocked out a few times. We don't know what his health is like. His brain scans are like, all that happens as you get older in this sport is you take more punches, right? Your reflexes go, your defense is low, and you're taking shots now. So I hope that he has a happy retirement. He's young. He seems like he has a good head on his shoulders still, doesn't slur, and knows how to use a microphone. I'm sure we'll see him in DAZN in a suit here pretty fast, big figure out there in the UK. So, and especially with how much Riyadh loves the heavyweight division, which is, expected. The heavyweights make money. I think Anthony Joshua, we're going to see him very soon behind a microphone.
Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be, with his connection with and friendship really outside of the ring with Eddie Hearn, and of course Eddie Hearn with Matchroom. I'm sure there's going to be something there, and he's at the point of his career that even with the knockouts, he still has his faculties, right? It is not like he's over here like slurring his words or is like losing his thought of concentration the way that tends to happen when fighters who take a lot of shots. Maybe that's kind of the direction they're going to go, and that's
his popularity, bro. It's his popularity. Okay. You got to think, man. the UK has been pumping Lennox Lewis in people's faces for a long time. Maybe it's time to allow Lennox to go off and just be at the fights, throw your little deuces. You know how the legends usually do it. Just show up to sign autographs and meet and greets, and let the young guys come in and take up the microphone work now. He has a huge fan base, right? Saudi Arabia, Africa, the UK. The guy is very known. I believe he's Muslim, right? Is Anthony Joshua? I know he still goes under Anthony Joshua, but I believe he's Muslim.
Oh, maybe he is. I'm not entirely sure. I remember. I want to say it rings a bell now that you mentioned it. Like I might have heard it, but I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I thought he did, but yeah, we'll see. You know, but I'm just saying he's very known in those three because he's always in Africa too. I follow him. I've always seen him post pictures over there. So global name. Has packed 80,000 in the UK. How many times? Seen 3-4 times. He sold out arenas over there. So it might be time to push him in the lead. Let Lennox. We don't have to hear Lennox versus Tyson for the 15,000th time.
Yeah, you know that I gotta say, that's not an easy job. I know it seems easy to be on the mic like that, but I've tried it, like not on a fight, but I've muted the TV and basically tried it. I can do play-by-play, right? I've done it before, and I'm watching fights that I'm typing away. I can do that. I can condense whatever action I'm seeing in 3 minutes or whatever. But to be able to like call it out there, and there's certain things that you kind of have to pay attention to. You know, there are times where there's a lull in the action, and you kind of have to fill it with some sort of talk about guys' past or whatever, right? That's just not easy, you know what I'm saying? And not everybody can do it. And I tip my hat to guys like Sergio Mora or even George Foreman, you know, Roy Jones, those guys who have been behind the mic during fights. That transition is not easy. And I know it may appear to be easy because obviously maybe compared to getting punched in the fucking face, maybe it is, but really not anybody can do that, you know? So we've heard Lennox Lewis, right? We're not huge fans of Lewis behind the mic, but he's had the gig a few times. So yeah, this might not be a bad deal. We assume that's probably the direction he's going, and if they do give him that spot, we hope that he flourishes and he can actually, you know, fill the role, I guess, because it's not easy. That's not an easy role to fill. There's a couple of things I did want to mention about this article that I read here. A couple of quotes from his trainer Ben Davidson. He says it's Eddie Hearn, who, let me see, where the promoter Eddie Hearn celebrated 12 years. Oh, yeah. So he has indicated, you know, this is, let me see, Eddie Hearn probably. I don't know if it's Eddie Hearn himself or is Davidson here. And the promoter answer was recently indicated that his heavyweight attraction will return before the end of the year. So there is still hope in some quarters that Joshua and Tyson Fury will happen in 2026. It appears as though this is Eddie Hearn saying this, according to this paragraph here. So if we ask Eddie Hearn, he at least is kind of under the impression that he can probably get AJ to come back at least for one last hurrah against Fury in 2026. So it's not going to be anytime soon. We still got half of the year to go. But according to what this looks like here, Eddie Hearn probably thinks he can kind of lure him away or lure him back for this mega fight with Tyson Fury, which wouldn't be bad. But I mean, with as much, I don't know, after suffering a knockout like that and then maybe being out for a full year, I don't know if that would be to his benefit.
Yeah, you know, yeah, that's he's putting the squeeze on Eddie. That's what Eddie's saying. He doesn't believe in the retirement. He just wants another zero. Maybe that's it. You know, Tyson Fury's a big fight. It's probably Anthony Joshua's last big fight. Both of the men, right? Unless they do a rematch, could possibly be their last big fight. I really don't think Fury wants Usyk again. I know he said he would, but just seems like that fight's way down the road. They're both men be too old. But maybe Joshua is looking for this to be his walk off into the sunset fight and is looking for the major payday. Give me your best is what he told him.
Yeah. Are we going to at all? And again, this is kind of besides his fight, AJ's fight with the Klitschko, but are we gonna question or maybe put under a microscope his legacy at the end of his career, because when Max Kellerman talked about the three-headed monster in the heavyweight division, we talked Fury, we talked Wilder, we talked AJ. Well, AJ was kind of left out. He fought neither of those guys. Maybe he'll still have Fury later on next year, but is there going to be also that like asterisk or question mark? Like, damn, we didn't get these fights. We don't know. I mean, he ultimately did unify belts, right? He had some belts, and he did take the throne, I guess, to some degree from Klitschko, right? And granted, Klitschko had already lost to Fury prior to this, but that fight, and then Fury retires, right? One of the gazillion times that he's retired after that, but. Is there going to be any sort of asterisk or question mark on AJ because ultimately we didn't get those fights with Wilder and Fury?
Well, let's keep it 100 with the young fans that are going to listen to this one day, Miguel. That Fury versus Klitschko fight's garbage. It's absolute fucking.
It is ass. I'm not gonna lie, it's ass.
They literally, it's like one punch, dude. They're like, well, he landed a punch. He wins. Finally, something happened. He landed one. It's so bad. Man, the Anthony Joshua Klitschko fight is a thing of beauty. It's a classic. I mean, the uppercut, the knockdowns. Remember, Anthony's hurt in that fight too.
Mm-hmm.
Tremendous fight for Joshua. That's what put him on top of the world, was the Klitschko fight. He doesn't need Wilder. Wilder will never be Klitschko. So you could say he didn't fight him, but then Anthony Joshua fans are going to go, yeah, but he didn't fight. He knocked out that guy.
That's true.
So, right? So his legacy is set in the UK. He won't surpass Lennox, but he probably sits second to Lennox, right? As of right now. So he doesn't, all-time great? No. We all know that. The Andy Ruiz proved he would never be an all-time great. But he is one of the greatest UK heavyweight boxers of all time. And I think that's all he really cares about. Most of his time is going to be spent in the UK when he's doing his fighting in the future. Or commentating will most likely be for a lot more UK fighters than it will, how they do this. Lennox doesn't call every fight for the DAZN. They only bring them in, most of the time when it's his countrymen. I think Anthony Joshua will be put in that same kind of category if it was to happen. I think he's all-time great as a UK fighter.
All right, but he's behind, and you specifically called out the Andy Ruiz fight. Looking at Lennox Lewis, he had his, Oliver McCall moments. He had his Hasim Rahman moments, right? Granted, he came back and he won those, although that Oliver McCall was kind of crazy. But he did knock the fucking, hell out of Rahman. AJ came back and got it back from Ruiz, not in the exact way that we hoped he did. But he did. He did. I mean, that doesn't count. Does that count? I mean, he got it back somehow, right?
Lennox put a mouthpiece through a man's lip, bro.
Yeah, he did. You know what's crazy? If you ever watch the rematch, I know it's kind of funny, totally off topic, but when Rahman falls, his head is right in the O of the Don King logo, so it looks like he has like a big old crown. It's anyway, you guys watch that shit. If you guys watch it, I saw that. It's like, oh shit, he couldn't have fallen anywhere else in the ring. He fell right in that corner where that damn Don King logo is right behind his head. Anyway.
Hey, it's the Tyson knockout that puts them atop. Yeah. Even though they're both old, it's just the image. Remember, I told you, UK fight fans, they love seeing Americans fall. And just Lennox destroying the bad boy of America was, they went home sleeping comfortably that night with little smiles all over their faces. So, no, he has moments like that. The Evander fights, the Michael Grant fight. Michael Grant and him, remember, that's the biggest, at that time, was the biggest heavyweight fight they had ever seen. 6'6" versus 6'7" or some shit. The pounds they weighed. Grant was undefeated. He did look, he had that momentum, at least of an American prospect coming up. Just destroys him. I thought he cheated his ass off. Don't get me wrong. I hated how he was holding and hitting. Yeah. But he just absolutely destroys Michael Grant. And in the UK fight fans, they're like, yeah, this was a badass American. He just like, hold on. But that's his legacy, I believe, is are those fights right there that put him above AJ, even with the 2 defeats. Yeah, and that was a good point that he lost to, but his comeback victories were defining, right? Even the McCall one. Sorry, the guy broke down. Whatever, he broke down because of that beast that was on the other side of the ring, right? That's what you could say, right? He knew what the hell was going to happen. He found an easy way out. And then the Rockman was Rockman. Being a great fight, him and Joshua would have been a great fight, but I put Lennox's right hand over Joshua's.
Yeah, that's understandable. And then, he pretty much beat the majority of the Americans, right? Evander Holyfield, Shannon Briggs, took those guys out too. Other American heavyweights.
Shannon Briggs, another one. Yeah.
Got those guys out. So it's just, man, he's just left and right. All these fucking Americans. So that just makes a lot of sense. AJ couldn't do that. Well, at least not the first time with Ruiz. But yeah, that definitely he's up there. What do you think are the chances of him actually coming back? Like, do you think this retirement is really for good? When Lennox said he was done, and he never came back. Is this another one of those things, or are we like leaning towards the Tyson Fury? We're like, some money's going to lure him out.
It's kind of suspicious that a guy so close to him doesn't believe him. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? That's the coach, man. He's like, yeah, he might come back to fight Paul. Eddie Hearn's like, we'll probably get him next year. Like, what the fuck? What's going on, you guys?
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. In the beginning, I thought Tank would be the one that's coming back. I know we're going to talk about him shortly, but no. Now that you're saying Eddie Hearn's already predicting 26, and his coach is already thinking Jake Paul at the end of the year, like that's a fight schedule to me. That's not a comeback plan. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I don't know. It's I'm a little skeptical. I mean, I think that's how it is with every time I hear somebody retiring. It's like, are you really, like it's really difficult. Very few people, again, Lennox Lewis, can put their foot down and say, all right, that's it. I mean, even Floyd himself, he was up there fucking wiping his nose of snot and crying and shit on the podium saying, that's it for me.
I was in that room. Fuck you, Miguel. I was in that room saying, it's okay, Floyd. Oh, so stupid. Andrew.
Were you handing him like paper towels? Like, here you go, buddy.
You're the champ. I believed it, bro. I really did think his hands were shattered, bro. The guy was opening up. Leave me alone, eh? Living the dream.
Was it pulling at your heartstrings? Were you like,
probably I wonder if I'm on video.
Maybe your voice is on video somewhere, right? Like
somewhere
up in the corner.
Cracking in the corner somewhere.
Yeah. Like
man.
Oh Lord. So
that was a good acting job. Fuck, it was. He had the towel. Remember, he has the towel. Everything.
Yeah, hell yeah, he does. He's like sweating. He's got the suit with the little towel over, and he's like, "That's it for me. That's it for me." Like, all right, Floyd. Not even him. He came back. So hey, there's definitely some sort of possibility. Even more so with the next topic of our show here today, another retirement or supposed retirement. One, Gervonta Hank Davis has reportedly retired. Now, again, these are just reports, so who knows exactly where he stands. I've heard things left and right, specifically Tim Bradley saying, yo, he's done. He's checked out. The person giving the interview was like, what do you mean he's done? What do you mean checked out? He's like, mentally he's out, dude. He's checked out. Home dude is like off somewhere else. So we ain't seeing him back. Now, that being said, read a couple of the tweets here. Well, this particular tweet from one Rick Glazer. And it's funny because as soon as you sent me that post about Gervonta retiring, I had already screenshotted his tweet from Rick Glazer. He says, from several very reliable sources, as that's like, the phrase, Baltimore's finest, Tank Davis is retiring. Won't be fighting again is what he's telling people close to him. Tank supposedly is fed up with boxing. Tank is retired until the money runs low. That's according to Rick Glazer here. So, man, we just talked about his mentor, right? His the guy who brought him in, I guess, to put his name on the map, Floyd, and his acting job on the podium. what was your reaction? What was your initial reaction, I guess, to hearing that it is reported that Tank Davis has retired?
Bullshit. Look, this young man was schooled by Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to fight Roach, you guys. He's off the Lamont Roach.
No,
train.
but that can't be it. I mean, that would be it. Like, it can't
But
be.
What did his boss do? What did his boss do to De La Hoya?
Oh, wait out the contract. Yeah, right. Retirement.
Come on now. Ain't that what the whole tier thing is about?
Oh no! Yes, it is. That's exactly what it's about.
That's exact. Come on, let me go. Stay with me. Hey, he lied to us. And listen, bro, he's gonna stay out 1 year and 1 day. Whatever the contract says that until it void, and then he's coming back. And he'll start taking his tomato cans again, and all of his fans will go to his fights and think they're watching the next fucking star, tattooed up bad boy, but he ain't doing shit. This guy's literally been through 2 eras already and hasn't fought in anyone. You fucking suck, Tank Davis, and that's just it. He should be immediately wiped from the rankings. Bro, 2 eras. Look at how hot these divisions have been. His division, I said divisions like he's been in 2. His division, he's given us nothing. You don't even want a payday of Shakur fucking Stevenson? Are you fucking kidding me right now? That doesn't get your blood boiling? That doesn't make you excited that you have a fucking rival there that you guys could make some serious cash on? Coward. You hit girls. You're a coward. You already showed you're a coward. So I can call you that now. And you didn't fight anyone. You fought Ryan fucking Garcia, who's over there getting hit by fucking YouTube influencers. Did you see that video?
I did.
You see that fucking kid? I swear to God, if I ever, man, he fucking tricked me. He tricked me.
Again? Why are you so gullible, damn it?
Again, when I seen him get hit, I was like, it's real. That kid got no defense. He doesn't know how to stop a left hook. He said, oh shit. He even knew it. Ryan. So that's your shot to fame. That's your shot to the Hall of Fame. Is the Ryan Garcia fight 1.4 million buys? You better keep announcing that it did 1.4 million buys, because that's the only thing impressive in that win now. It really is. Ryan won't be a champ. He will not be. He'll never be on pound for pound rankings. Ryan Garcia is not who we thought he was, and I know there's a bunch of you that probably already knew he was shit, but he's just not the who we thought he was. And that's Tank's biggest win. You miss me with the Leo Santa Cruz. You can miss me with that fight. You can miss me with the Barrios fight. Okay? Lamont Roach beat him. Lamont Roach isn't even near the top 10. And I only say that because your resume says it. Come back, fight some more. Maybe you are top 10 and we didn't know it at that point, right?
Yeah.
Come back.
He beat Pedrosa, but okay. That wasn't exactly a superstar by any stretch,
Yeah, no. No, and really Shakur and Lamont. Shakur needs to stop fucking around with this Lopez thing. That's for a pound for pound ranking. You want to solidify you over Tank? Go fight Roach now.
Yeah. And beat Roach.
Yes. No, it's literally, he should have called him out today. Been like, this J-Cat is not coming back until your fucking contract is void. Why don't we just move on, me and you? Take it to His Excellency, see what he'll pay for it. I think they would be very interested in that fight. His Excellency, he's been putting on some great fights in the lightweight division. That would be one of them. Could you imagine Cepeda to Roach? Like, let's go. Told you, Shakur might be the face, bro. He might be the next pound for pound guy. Might be Stevenson. These are the kind of matchups that are lining up. Shakur, do not leave the lightweight so fast. You have a legacy to build here. Like, can we not do this again? Can we do the division where you go through everyone? You know what I mean? The lightweights have had 4 guys. Oh, this is going to be the future. You're going to be future. And none of them fight each other, or they don't do it how they're supposed to, right? Let's not do that again. Shakur's the man. Take out the top 5 and then move on. We have someone here that's going to pay. And don't bullshit me. Lopez is not $1 million pay-per-views. It's not, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah. But I mean, neither is Lamont, right? Lamont wouldn't beat him.
I don't know, bro.
No. Over Teo, you think?
PBC fan base, right? Is their own little. That's their own little cult.
Sure.
There's some people that watch PBC that don't watch anything else in boxing, right? They have that fan base. So PBC fan base is hot on Roach right now with Tank fucking retiring. That's why they got to strike while it's hot, though, too. They got to strike while this news is hot. You start getting this fight together, and then you bring Rehab season and all the money that they're going to generate and promoting that fight. Maybe not $1 million, but oh wait, why are we talking pay-per-views?
Oh yeah, no more.
Will do
on Netflix.
Fucking teed, bro. Lamont Roach versus Shakur Stevenson will do it just as good as the women's boxing. $6 million they got, they do that too, if not more. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Oh, if we do this streaming thing, you watch the numbers boxing is gonna bring, bro. When they go globally, soccer.
His Excellency or Turkey, Shakur, if you're listening, we're literally mapping out the fucking road plan for you guys. Like, this is the roadmap for you guys. This is the route to take. All right, Shakur, call out Lamont. I know Lamont said he wanted to move up to 140. Don't do it yet. Stay at 135 because he just barely moved up from 130 anyway. So he can stay at 135 for a hot minute. We know Shakur can. Let's get it done. Netflix, y'all. Let's do this shit somewhere.
Streaming changes the whole game. Shakur and his team need to understand. They need to look at these deals that they're going to be striking with these Netflix. If Netflix is in on it, you don't want to leave money on the table by skipping divisions and not taking on guys. He would be the A side on every fight in the lightweight division. Why are you moving from that? Right? To go do equal money with Lopez, where I'm telling you right now, the Lopez fight is not going to get a lot of views. I'm sorry, Lopez, your stock went down with all your racist shit. I'm seeing it, bro. I'm seeing it in the chat rooms. I'm seeing it with your own fan base. You're fucking embarrassing. That's what guys are writing that used to go for this guy. I just don't think the market's going to be there for Lopez. He needs some, how do you say it? He needs to build his character back, right? Fuck, didn't he get slapped? Who slapped him the other day? Hitchinson? Who slapped him at the fight the other day? Lopez got slapped last Saturday.
Oh shit! Did he?
That?
No,
yeah.
they didn't.
Matthias. I think Matthias.
Oh, that's right. They had like some sort of face-to-face confrontation or something. Yeah, I don't know what.
I seen it. I seen the video.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
So his stock has really dropped. You know, he's had his little. I'm not into the Lopez fight. I'm not here to make an argument why they shouldn't do it. I just think Stevenson's best plan for his career is to stay at 135. We named off some great fighters in that thing. I don't have the rankings memorized in my head, but there is. What was there, like 2 losses and over 100 wins in the first 8 top 8 fighters? He's got a long list of guys. And dude, with streaming, Miguel, this changes everything because they don't need your money. They need your view. Miguel, who was showing? Oh, did you see, there was someone famous. Was it Ronaldo? He was watching the fight on his phone at some party. Did you see? You didn't catch that one? Yeah. Remember we were talking about how tablets and phones changes everything because you could watch. They were literally watching it like some party probably for soccer or some shit, and they're like, "Nah, we're watching boxing. We're over here watching boxing." So that was pretty cool. But it shows you what the future is. These views are going to be through the roof. I'm telling you right now, boxing is in a good place if we really get on these big platforms, even if Amazon Prime. I know they're not as big as Netflix, but streaming is the way to go. I think Roach and Stevenson should be a hot topic here next week. Forget about Tank. Tank has never proven himself. He don't want to prove himself. He wants to rob the bank. What do you think this guy's been told since he was fucking a kid? I only say a kid, but young fighter. We're going to rob the bank. You see me rob the bank? You see me fight these bums? These guys are all bums. Come on. This is all these people. Not these people. This is all this team, Miguel. It's all this team knows. I just fucking playing with you guys, Leonard and Floyd, but you know what you guys doing. You guys know what you're doing. He didn't want that rematch.
And we know what you're doing on top of that.
He didn't want that rematch. Maybe we're going to title it. Can I put that in the title? Tank didn't want that. Tank didn't want that rematch.
Tank runs off into retirement to avoid Lamont.
Delaware Floyd 2, 101. That's all this is.
Damn. Well, so having nothing to do with his recent arrest or anything like that? You don't think it has anything to do with it? You don't think
Nah.
like, oh shit, my head is kind of, because according to this quote here, he's fed up with boxing, whatever the fuck that means. It's giving him a bunch of money. He's the one that's fucked us. Like, if anything, we're fed up with his ass. I don't understand how he's fed up with it, but that one, you don't think like that kind of is splitting his attention? That's kind of a serious deal, obviously, right? So that wouldn't have anything to do with the fact that it's like, okay, right now I'm being stretched in so many different directions. I got to focus on this case outside of, boxing. What did that have? Like, I'm trying to play devil's advocate. What did that?
I hear you. Look, he's been involved in the court system in boxing his whole career, it seems like, right? I think he even went to jail for one training session. I think he had a bracelet on while he trained or some shit. So Tank, the courts are something. He's familiar with the court system. That's like home. Sorry, that's on you, Tank, not on me. So no, I don't think it was this case. This case will be bought out. She's gonna get money. She'll go away. All of the above. Blah blah blah. This is about Lamont Roach. This is about him not wanting to put his feet to the fire. I'm sorry. He's another Boots Ennis. Hey, come back and give me some warm up fights. Huh, L? You got any of them warm up guys? Come on. You can give me $5 million to go do a sparring match, and then we'll sell out an arena somewhere. Come on, this is what our boy Lee told us to do, right? In a whole nother level, though. They're doing it on a grand level, right? But same bullshit, giving their fans nothing, collecting like $5 million and going home. It's I'm over Tank fucking Davis, man. And the division can be over him. They just need to move forward. You don't understand how fast you're going to be forgotten. He really doesn't. He never gave us shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. He's we've called him, or not we, but on the internet, the 30-year-old prospect. That's what he's been called like hell of times at this point, because realistically, he doesn't fight the guys we want to see, and he's done the avoid thing, right? He has a belt, right? He's been able to do that and fight the guys that he's been able to fight, get paid as much as he possibly can get paid, and avoided the difficult fights. It's right now the lightweight division, as you said, is in a position where that in and of itself can't forget about Tank, because there's enough talent there. Morataya was another one. He just came to mind right now. Any one of those guys, I mean, granted, they're not star names per se, they're star power, but they're tough motherfuckers. And for them to fight one another would be sick. That would be badass. It won't be, Shakur and Teofimo or anything like that. So I was going to ask you the same question, but he kind of already answered it. So this is just a plan, right? He's coming back for sure, but he's just waiting out this rematch shit, and we'll come back. So we're going to see Tank back at some point within the next year or so. You think roughly about a year?
Yes, whatever the contract says. Remember De La Hoya was like, it was a year and a day.
Yeah.
Or it was 1 year. The contract was void. Is that how you say it? No, good. Void means it's bad, right?
Yeah.
So the contract was still good.
Valid.
Valid for 1 year. Thank you, Miguel. It was valid for 1 year. Floyd comes back 1 year and a day. That's when he announced his comeback, was the next day after that shit went void. What a dick. That was a straight shot to Oscar, right? That was all they were doing there.
For all we know, it was like 1 year and like 7 minutes. It was like exactly like right after that shit hit midnight. He's like, boom, we're back. We're back, baby. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. Give me Carlos Baldomir, please.
Yeah. Who's that Argentinian guy who beat Zab? Yeah, get him on the phone. Get him on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Well, so we see exactly where this is going. Let's go the other direction. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, he does retire, and this is the end. I don't think it's the case, obviously, but let's say yes.
Right now the division stands with Davis gone. Murtaya would be second. Keyshawn Davis third. Cepeda fourth. Abdullah Mason fifth, Lamont Roach sixth, Floyd Schofield eighth. Bro, the fucking talent. Like, Schofield just had the fight. If Schofield got his shot this year, it would be valid. He fucking knocked out Tevin Farmer. He did something to Tevin Farmer we haven't seen. You understand? He's undefeated. He was already supposed to have his shot, moving right on. Lamont Roach moving right on. Abdullah Mason, I think got a high ranking, but he's a win away. You know what I mean? Cepeda, he's already beaten Keyshawn Davis versus Shakur. Like, bro,
I think Davis is moving on though. I think because remember how he missed weight, so I think he's already on the way out. But if he decides to stay, I don't know if he does, but even then, holy shit! That look how stacked that weight class is. Any one of those for free on Netflix will be pretty sick.
Gonna get views, yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that happens. Again, this is the roadmap, y'all. This is if anybody who's listening, please listen to us because
and you heard Bob, right? Talk about streaming is the future.
No. He knows what streaming is.
Yeah. No, well, he's kind of started it with the ESPN, but now it's going all the way, right? When you just put your stuff on Netflix, that's streaming only. But let's hope that Top Rank is talking to either Amazon or Netflix, man, because Top Rank has great cards. I know I'll let you move on, but they have great cards. Those cards on ESPN, pretty good cards, man. They can keep their thing rolling right over there. Put Fernando Vargas's Emiliano over there, young kid who's a young man that just won at 154. The Puerto Rican
Xander
Zayas. Can you see how young these guys are, bro?
Yeah.
Like they got money to be made. Go ahead, Miguel. Sorry, bro.
No. That was good. That was pretty much it because I was gonna move on, and you kind of threw me a little softball there because we're on the topic of retirements and endings. This is another tweet from our good buddy Rick Glazer in regards to Top Rank. All right, this is a good one. Now, first off, he went on to say, well, let me see if I can go back to that specific tweet, but he first said something else that rumors of Top Rank going out of business are greatly exaggerated. Most likely there will be layoffs, fighters cut loose, and excess trimming, so trimming the fat. But Top Rank Boxing will remain, despite losing the ESPN deal, and are actively looking to secure a new media rights deal. Bet on Bob Arum. So don't sleep on Bob. I guess that's Bob Arum talking about himself there. So that was the first one, right? All right, cool. Clearly, what you said earlier this week is pretty accurate right off the bat. Yeah, they're going to keep on marching. It's going to be a while maybe before we see them on TV or before we find some sort of deal for them, but they ain't going away. Then another tweet from one Rick Glazer comes out, says, rumors abound. There's now an executive order at Top Rank. No more seafood towers, steaks and lobsters for their executives and management on the company's expense account until further notice. I think, and he says him saying this, I think further notice means not until Top Rank secures a TV or streaming boxing deal content. So those are the two that I wanted to kind of touch on because, like, on one end, it's like it looks like maybe our minds are wandering off and kind of jumping the gun as far as this being the end of Top Rank. It looks like they're going to keep on marching, but there's going to be layoffs. There's going to be fighters being cut, and there's going to be these no more seafood towers for executives. Oh shit, what do you fucking do, right? So I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of like the times where I have been fed very well at some of these fights as a member of press, and then later on there's nachos and hot dogs. But it's okay. I'm a very grateful person, and I'm very appreciative of the food that was in my stomach that day while I watched fights. So first and foremost, okay, they're gonna do some cuts. One of them, according to Rick Glazer here, is fighters being cut. So what does that mean? Do you think they're gonna be able to, or do you think they're gonna end up? I mean, I know what it means, but do you think they're gonna be getting rid of some talents they kind of can't afford?
I don't really know the answer to that question. That seems weird that you would actually cut talent. It's not like Top Rank doesn't have money, right? Like they're not $1 billion company. You know what I'm saying? So that one's a little weird. I don't know why Bob would want. And when he says cut talent, it has to be the bottom of the bucket. Like,
let me see here. Manager. Hold on. Oh shit. Where the hell did I? Let me go back to that tweet real quick to get the specifics. He says, Where we at? Where we at? Here we go. Oh yeah, it just says fighters cut loose. That's the way he says it. So maybe not obviously the top guys. So just the guys with the shittier records. I don't know, the Pedrosas. I don't know whoever else was there, but boom, those guys gone. Because I thought about this the other day, and it didn't even occur to me until just recently. One of their stars, young stars or guys that are really on the map. We saw recently Bruce Carrington. He looks like a young American star, but he's actually 28. It's like, oh shit, this fucker's already 28. So it's like they kind of have to put the pedal to the metal on this guy and get him up there because he's already 28. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, there's not as much time on him. But the younger guys, like we talked about, right, the Vargases and the Zayas, obviously those guys are going to most likely stay. They're going to try to trim the fat off with the guys that are the least amount, or I guess the jobbers, if we can call them that. That's most likely where they're going to go first, right? The bottom of the
it has to be, Miguel, because you can't sell your vault, right? You can't you go, oh, these are the classic fights we had with Pacquiao. You want to buy these? He's got to sell his new talent. So how are you going to cut talent and then try to sell it to a network, right? That we're a great slate. That one's a little strange to me. It has to be that they're going to downsize the company because they won't have as many fight dates if they're only working with one streaming app, right? So if you have all these undercard fighters, these guys that are just on the books that you call on a, random day, hey, we got a fight coming up, do you want to be on the undercard kind of deals? Maybe those guys are all scratched, where Bob will say, look, we'll call you if we need you, but, go ahead and find work elsewhere because we don't have dates secured like that. But for fighters that are headliners, I think Bob has a plan set for all of those guys. Your Zayas is going to Puerto Rico already, for his first title defense. Emiliano called out, a few fighters. I know he called out Lopez. I'm not even going to talk about that. But he has a plan for them because they're the ones that are going to sell Top Rank to their next platform.
Yeah, that makes sense. Those guys, they're going to need those guys, especially if they're American fighters, right? Or at least that they have an American demographic or like American following, I guess.
Yeah, bro, you just nailed it on the head. Abdullah Mason, Bruce Carrington, not Shakur, Zayas, Richard Torres. These guys are all very young American talent that I think they're going to be on. A lot of them are going to be on their fight cards together for a minute, you know what I mean? And maybe Bob's going to try to match the fight cards that Riyadh season is giving with young talent that is growing. And then when they strike deals and they're getting big money off the views, because we don't know how Netflix is going to be paying for these views that they're generating. Maybe that's when you build your stable back, right? After a few of these Netflix deals go through, then you call your guys back and go, all right, we're back.
Yeah. Wow. I forgot they have Inoue too. Yeah. Inoue, that's a draw in Japan. I mean, I hear to some degree they still got Navarrete. They have Espinoza, who was out being called out by Bruce Carrington. So those guys are still there. And according to what this Rick Glazer is saying, that they're actively looking to secure a new deal. So clearly from the sound of it, at least, the Top Rank train will march on. It's just a matter of securing a new deal with whomever. Hell, damn. What ideally, and we talked about this before, but ideally, would it be DAZN? I mean, I guess ideally for us, as far as like fans go, to be able to go to one streaming service for all of those fights would be fantastic. But I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how much better Chris Mannix and they all are as far as DAZN guys compared to Joe Tessitore and what's his name, Timothy Bradley and Bernardo Osuna. I don't know if who would be. Because I don't know if those guys are Top Rank guys or ESPN guys per se. I want to say they're specifically with ESPN, so I don't know. But would that be good for us, at least fans, for them to go to DAZN because it's all under one umbrella, or would it be best to go somewhere else?
I think Bob Arum is going to go to the biggest platform Top Rank can get on, right? So that leaves DAZN out of discussions as of right now.
Why?
They don't have as many subscribers as Netflix or Amazon.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I think that's the thing. But you said it though. Like as many that they can attract, or as many they can get on. If ESPN or not ESPN, if Netflix is like, no, dude, what the fuck? Like hell, I mean that they can't get us deal with Netflix or even Amazon Prime is like, no, bro. they end up falling on again, is not ideal, but I mean, does that seem more likely?
If it's on DAZN, look for them to do their own. It'll be like Golden Boy cards, right? Where I think they'll have their own commentators, their own,
I
it's going to
see.
say TR still, and then DAZN on the bottom or whatever. So they'll use DAZN strictly as a platform to show the fight, but it's a TR top rank production is what it will say at the end of that show.
Do you think that should they come up with, or should they find some replacement for ESPN? Do they find another streaming service? Is that what maybe Bob Arum is waiting for, to like officially bow out? Like, it's like, all right, let me go ahead and make sure that it's on somewhat good hands in the next streaming service, whomever it is. Then it's like, all right, now I'm out of here. I let you guys, I made sure you guys didn't drown. I made sure you guys didn't go belly up. I made sure you guys are still around for these guys. Now I'm out. Is he out after that?
Yeah, I mean, he's 93, so that announcement can come at any time, right? He's 93 years old. It would be a great time to. I mean, could you imagine striking a deal with the biggest platform in the world, Netflix, and then walking away and telling your company, "Don't tell me I didn't do it." You know what I mean? Just walk out, dude.
Yeah,
walk out. You gave them a golden entry into their new company. So yeah, I mean, it would be a perfect time after this deal is struck for Bob to exit. Do I think he's going to do it? No. He's 93 and he hasn't even hinted about doing it yet. No, I think Bob's in it. I think he's Al Davis in this thing, dude. He's going to be calling shots from the bed. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Bring video cameras, install it. They said Al had cameras in the practice facility and in headquarters, dude, and would call shots when bedridden.
Damn, that's some dedication right there.
Yeah, talk about power trip.
Well, I mean, if there was nobody else, in line, I mean, if there's nobody, because you can't blame, Bob for, we can only blame him for so much, I guess, but not that. It's like, if there's nobody else that's competent enough to be able to take it from there, then what the hell else are you going to do? The last thing he's going to want to do is see his baby go down while he's still on this earth. It's like, all right, let me go ahead and at least wait until I hand them off to somebody else. And it's like, all right, I set y'all up for success. Y'all better do the rest from here, because I'm out of here. If it was up to you, where would you want them to land? Would it be Netflix?
That's a dumb question.
I mean, because look, I figured we all have Amazon Prime too. I'm just saying, it's not like we don't have Amazon Prime. The majority of us have it anyway. I know Netflix will be the key, because that's where that the Jake Paul showed us the way, I guess we can say.
Yeah. Yes. Him and Tyson. But 46 million homes tuned into that fight, and that was nowhere near the best boxing can offer the world. Can you imagine when De La Hoya Trinidad hit Netflix? I'm not even going to say Canelo versus Crawford, bro, because I really don't know. I really don't know if that one's going to do.
What? Really?
Trinidad De La Hoya numbers?
No, I mean, not Trinidad De La Hoya numbers for sure. No,
bro, they haven't even sold out the fucking fight, Miguel. We don't even have 70,000 that are willing to fucking lay down some money for this. De La Hoya Trinidad, De La Hoya Mayweather. These things are sold out within seconds of going on the market. Seconds. The second market is even more lucrative than the first market, right? They get those tickets and they go, all right, now I'll resell them for 20 grand. Who wants to go? And then those get sold. We're not even hearing that with Canelo. We haven't even heard of one sellout for Canelo Crawford. So I'm a little skeptical on what the numbers will look like. Obviously.
But that's attending the fight, though. I mean, everybody that already has Netflix just.
I hope they do. I hope they do. I'm just not going to go on air saying it's De La Hoya Trinidad. I'm not.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
All right. But can you imagine when Netflix gives us that? Holyfield Tyson, Floyd versus Oscar does 2.4 million. Floyd Oscar 2.4 million pay-per-view buys. We know that the other fights don't add up to that, right? Crawford and Canelo will not do 2.4 million buys. Manny versus Floyd does 4 point something. So when we get one of those fights, it's going to be soccer numbers, dude. They're going to put them up against the World Cup. I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. 300 million homes can watch this fight.
It's kind of like sort of like the old days or the 80s, I guess, right? When it was like ABC boxing or something like that, right? When people would tune in like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
that was kind of the way it was before, at least before, I don't know, it went to Showtime or HBO or some one of those kinds.
Until it got too expensive, bro.
Yeah,
they just started gouging everybody.
That obviously the moral of that story is Top Rank will be marching on, but it won't be on ESPN. And if we leave it to us, we would choose Netflix if they do go in that direction. But you talked about doing big numbers. You talked about, right, Trinidad de la Hoya. Will Jake Paul and Adrian Broner do big numbers? I recently saw a video of one Adrian Broner saying, you know what? Y'all need to shut the fuck up about this talk. Sounds like he is hearing about it online. Maybe he hasn't actually heard about it. Maybe it's just talk, and he's like, what the fuck? Nobody's called me yet. But he flat out said, but you know what? I'll knock his ass out. I will fucking knock his ass out. I don't give a rat's ass how fucking big he is. I'm going to whoop his ass if it happens. So according to this video that Adrian Broner put on his social media, he's telling us, y'all better shut the fuck up about it. Because as of right now, ain't no goddamn deal. Maybe he hasn't even heard about it himself. No one is. Adrian Broner's phone isn't ringing, apparently, at least according to this video. But if it does, he'll take it and he'll knock Jake Paul out. Do you think this fight actually happens? Is it really going to happen? I mean, again, according to Adrian Broner here, it sounds like nothing is even the ball isn't even rolling on this. The wheels haven't even started to turn on it. But if it does happen, or I should just say if it does happen, that's my first question to you. Do you think it actually happens?
Well, look, it's an exhibition, so anything can happen. But what's scary is what weight is this going to happen at? Because we can't expect Jake Paul to be a real athlete and actually cut weight. He doesn't seem to do that, right? No. If anything, he just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So he's not. I don't see him cutting. So is he really going to expect Adrian Broner to be 180, 170 on that night? Broner's small. He's not a tall man. I don't see him holding that weight, especially at this age. And if anyone's seen Broner lately, the dude's fat as fuck right now. And I don't mean that was probably too strong, but he's heavy, right? For boxer shape, he's heavy. Looks very old with his gray beard. I would cut that off immediately, Adrian. I know I got gray, but he's got grandpa gray. He's growing it down here. Santa Claus gray is what he's showing. Look, the entertainment that these two would give us, I think Adrian Broner would mentally fuck Jake Paul. Seriously, Jake wouldn't know if these guys were serious, if they're not. I bet you him and his brother would be nervous walking out of hotels. They fucking around with Adrian Broner long enough, and he starts with his old goon shit, right? I mean, there could be some major drama going on as far as promoting the fight, which I would watch it. Jake Paul's a sideshow. I mean, that's all it is. Who I think wins would be Jake Paul. I don't know if Adrian Broner could pull it off at this age. How unhealthy he's looked in many years. Even as recently, it just seems like he's totally let himself go. He actually looks sad sometimes. I don't know if you've seen it. You follow Adrian. For some of it, yeah, he kind of looks like the broke, like down on his luck fighter. You know what I mean? And he's still trying to act like he's all big and bad. And it's like, bro, you know, your fucking shoelaces are untied. Your shirt's fucking looks like it's been washed 1,000 times. Like, relax. He just doesn't look like the guy anymore. But you shave him, you make him lose weight. He has the attitude. He can bring that attitude. It's a ticket seller if it works. If we believe in the weight. If they make Adrian Broner come in 200 plus pounds or 190, like, get the fuck, this guy's gonna look so fat.
Yeah, and as heavy as he looks now, he still isn't heavy enough to fight somebody like Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? He's like maybe 170, 175, maybe, and that's still small. You know, there's no fucking way Jake will make that damn weight. He'll have to fucking rip off a thigh or something. But realistically, he'll have to be even heavier than that what he is right now. So fuck losing weight. Yeah, maybe trim his beard and maybe make him look good, give him a tan. I don't know, something. But it sure as hell isn't losing weight. That's for damn sure.
Jake would have more success on trying to get a Floyd Mayweather fight. And I know I bring up Floyd's name a lot, but we're talking exhibitions. Floyd loves exhibition fights. It would be better for Jake to look. I don't know. Did Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. hurt Jake Paul where he was like, hey, you know what? I don't want a cruiserweight title anymore either. Can we go back to fighting the small guys again? Like, who knows, dude? Maybe his chin got rattled. His brain got hurt a little. And he was like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. Let's pick on littler people. Adrian Broner's pretty small. That's why I really didn't believe that this was actually real, but we're talking about it. So why wouldn't you just go after the biggest fish? Right? We all know that's 1 million fucking views. That's going to be 80 million views. Floyd's already whooped his brother's ass, didn't he? Wasn't his brother Floyd beat up?
Oh, was it? I don't know.
Floyd fought Logan Paul, didn't he?
Oh, that's right. He did. Yeah.
He did. Okay.
But it was an exhibition, so there was no judges or anything like that. Basically, they raised both of their hands at the end. So it was like such an exhibition that they basically just went 8 rounds and said, all right, great, guys.
But do you remember there was one moment where Logan lands 20 girly punches and then he went went on a podcast and was like, look, I was taking off on him. So they can keep replaying that, right? Piss Floyd off.
And then the whole stealing the hat part. Remember how he stole the hat, right? So there's a story, right?
Yeah. Yes. And I don't know why Jake Paul just ain't going after that if we're doing the whole, fighting little people and you're trying to make money. Just go after Floyd. Call it a day, because like I said, it is kind of embarrassing of Jake Paul to be saying he wants a cruiserweight title, calling out heavyweight champs, the champion, and then all of a sudden, the very next week, we're calling out Adrian Broner. That was just weird.
Yeah, and it's you mentioned this last time. This is Jake Paul's last fight with Chavez Jr. was the last time that the boxing world is going to allow Jake Paul to dangle that carrot over the carrot on the stick in front of a desperate boxer. If he goes through with his Broner shit, it certainly hell isn't the last time. We thought it was going to be with Chavez Jr. It's one of those things where he goes after, I don't know. I mean, maybe this is what he's trying to do. He's going after the Mexican fans by dangling the carrot over a beloved one like Chavez Jr. Now he's doing it over the black fans. Maybe he's like, all right, y'all remember Adrian Broner? This is him now. How do you like your fucking hero now? So maybe he's just going after the demographics. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but it seems as though he's doing that over the desperate fighters, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and Adrian this is worse than Chavez's 2-week rehab. It really is.
Is it worse? I mean, it's on the same level, I'd say.
Adrian has looked down on his luck for a while, though. Adrian looks like
Chavez
has at least been active, right? He's been fighting. He just fought that Hall guy like last.
Oh, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so he's been active. He's been in the gym. He's never looked overweight to the size of Adrian. Adrian Broner looks pretty big right now. He looks, it's like, damn, dude, totally let himself go. And then his videos they're not that funny. I don't know. It's kind of sad where Adrian is. Now you give Adrian a $5 million payday and you're going to turn him the fuck on. Showtime, baby.
Yeah.
I know it. Yeah.
The can man is back.
He will be back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You just got to pay that man. But, So what I mean by that is he's getting away with it only because of the position Adrian Broner's in. This is not him going after, and I think the boxing world would respond in a negative way to Jake Paul. Like, it would be pretty far. That would be pretty far down the pole going after Adrian Broner. Like, I get it on the entertainment side of what he's doing, the circus shows that he's doing. Yeah, I believe both of them behind a podium is fucking fireworks, man. You're going to get some good drama out of Broner going after Paul and Paul not knowing what the fuck's going on. Paul will be like, is he serious? He's not. Are they going to shoot us? He keeps saying he's gonna shoot motherfuckers, man. Is this guy gonna shoot?
Like, we put this in the contract. Like, just don't shoot us.
This guy is crazy. Hey, what is he on? He goes, my team sells him crack. I was like, what the fuck? Broner's a fool, dude. So I think it'd be a great entertainment side, but no, the boxing world I think would be upset with Jake Paul. Like, you know, they'd be like, dude, you are a clown show. You can't be talking about cruiserweight titles and heavyweight runs and then fighting someone who's a fucking at best, his best was a lightweight.
Yeah, no, that's you know, sometimes I see this news and I'm like, God, I hope this is not fucking true. You know, it happened once with Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul, right? The word was out there were going to take place in November. It doesn't look like that's the case anymore, at least not anymore. So let's hope that that's the case, and we don't get to see no fucking Broner and Jake Paul.
And I guess it's the same thing for that fight, Miguel. Or is that the one I used it for? No, it was AJ. I guess you could say the same thing about Tank. And if there was any kind of thing that could be blocked, right? No, a pro fighter can't fight. You're a legit pro fighter. You cannot fight Jake Paul. You go on retirement for a year and go do your little exhibition. So I guess the same thing could be loophole can be floating for Tank versus Paul. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I'd watch it. Tank is
if it was free on Netflix.
Yeah. Tank is a different kind of beast. He's young. He's got power. He is a pro fighter. I know he's a little cowardly, but he's still a pro fighter. He knows how to punch. He knows how to land a knockout. I don't know if he doesn't knock Jake Paul the fuck out, dude. We've heard about it in boxing rings, right? We've heard about it in gyms where Floyd's uncle Roger knocked out a heavyweight talking shit in the gym. Roger knocked his ass out at like 118 or 120 something pounds, dude. Knocked out a heavyweight. So you hear about these stories. That would be funny. Once again, it's the same drama, right? You're gonna have two good guys on the podium, bad versus good, black versus white. I can only say that because Bob says Mexicans versus Puerto Ricans, eh? So we have a racial thing going on there. Hey, sell a fucking ticket. That's all they want, right? Sell a ticket. So you got that side of it going. Oh yeah, I'd be a little interested if Tank went after him just to see what would happen. Just to see the little guy land one punch. Imagine if Jake's legs went wiggle. Oh, that would be so hilarious, bro. God.
And it's not like Tank is just your average 135-pound person. And this guy's a professional boxer. On top of that, he is called Tank because he has the pop in the left hand. So even if he is, your average of your average, 135 or 140-pound boxers, he's got the knockout power on top of that, right? That's what it's for. So him cleaning Jake Paul's clock wouldn't surprise me at all. It'd be quite the scene.
That'd be awesome. Fight. Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
Well, speaking of weight, I did go to the lake this weekend and saw pictures of myself without my shirt. So just an FYI, guys. Throw that in there. But yes, speaking of weight, Terrence Crawford. There is a lot of concern over his recent ballooning, if we can call it that. According to this Facebook post by this Facebook account, FTTV Boxing, at 37 and reportedly ballooning from 155 pounds to 186 pounds, Crawford's speed and movement look visibly compromised, has bulked too much too fast. Some believe his team's gamble to match Canelo's size could backfire. Trading his trademark speed and muscle may not be the magic elixir they hoped for. Can Crawford overcome the weight jump and shock the world, or is Father Time finally catching up? Yes, he is older than Canelo, but I think it's more about the weight than it really is Father Time in this particular angle. But you've mentioned it. Oh, geez, why the hell did my camera get so blurry? You mentioned it some time ago. We've seen videos and pictures of Crawford out and about, and you see it in his cheeks, you see it in his neck, right? And most of the time you see him without his shirt, but I mean, the guys can obviously bulk up. I know there's a technique that these bodybuilders use oftentimes where they have to eat a surplus of calories, but they have to put it on in a certain way or put on the weight in a certain way that's not fat necessarily. So they have to, yes, they do bulks, right? There's even called a clean bulk and a dirty bulk and a lot of other terms that basically a lot of these bodybuilders use to to describe what they're experiencing, they describe their weight gain. But it has to be done in a slow, methodical way. Yes, a surplus of calories, but also lifting weights. Is that going to affect his speed, his endurance, et cetera, et cetera? You've seen videos and you've seen pictures, Andrew. What's your initial reaction to seeing how big he's gotten and how big he's going to continue to get, I guess?
Well, this week I've been on YouTube. When I work out, I've been watching the what are they called? The Terrence Crawford build-up shows. I forget what the damn title was. All of a sudden,
like the countdowns or whatever.
Yeah, but it's only about Terrence. It's his team recording him, and it started from when they first signed the contract until I'm in episode 7 right now.
Oh shit! How many episodes are there? What the fuck?
I think I caught up to them all because I haven't found a number 8. So I think number 7 is where they're at right now.
Is that on Crawford's Zone YouTube channel?
Yeah. I just typed in search Terrence Crawford, and then I found here. Let me try to look up what the name of it is. And then I tried to, and then I started checking them out, and they vary on the time. Like it started only being like 5 to 10 minutes in the very beginning, but then the last 2 episodes were like 25 and 20 minutes. So they were kind of, they're significantly longer as we're getting closer to the fight.
I'm looking for it right now on my YouTube, but I don't know. It's, I mean, I see a bunch of like Terrence Crawford videos if I just pull up his what the fuck, these are old. But anyway, yeah.
So no, you go to Terrence Crawford, bam, and then his page will come up. Oh, come on, give me one. All right, only one round, only one bud. Excuse me, only one bud is the title of the Terrence Bud Crawford vlogs.
All right,
and I've been watching these, and I'm gonna say there's only 7. I think there's only 7. It was downloaded 7 days ago. One, Bud is very competitive.
Okay.
Almost to the point where it's annoying.
Okay.
Oh, bro, like I feel sorry for his team. This guy fucking is like, you can't beat me at anything kind of dude. Like even height, reach, athleticism, IQ. It's just like, Terrence, calm the fuck down, bro. Like you don't gotta be number 1 in fucking everything. And then if he isn't, well, you don't hit like me. Well, I could hit you. And these guys are like, yeah, no, we know that, dude. We get that. You're a boxer, is what you do. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, damn, it's like, man, there's 7 episodes of this going on. Like, he is so fucking competitive. I don't know if that's what you need to be number 1 in a sport. You know what I mean? If you got to have this side, but it is draining even for someone who's just watching and not there actually fucking having the shit just constantly in your ear about how great one man can be.
It's like, yes, bud. You also beat us in the fucking on the scale too, buddy. Tone it down with your fucking desserts, homie. How about that?
Speaking, it's insane, bro. But anyway, so I've been watching it. He's very competitive, but Miguel, I got to tell you, I have not been impressed with the workout videos, with the videos of him with no shirt on. He's got one where he's doing yoga, hot yoga. There's not a definition in the body.
He's so smooth now.
Yeah, on the sides here. There's no 6-pack yet. I'm like, dude, we got 40 something days left. I hope this starts hitting hard, but are we even at weight? There's been nothing about where he's at in weight and how he looks. You know, you think on a 24/7 show they'd be like, look at him. He's at 168 right now. Now it's time to define. Now it's time to sculpture. They ain't had none of that. We don't even know where his weight is, and he's just looking fat.
Oh man.
Fat for a boxer.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying.
right. Yes, we say that shit all the time, guys.
Yes.
Anytime somebody's like 2 pounds overweight, and even though he's 118, it's like, oh, you fat motherfucker. You know, we say it all the time. That's what we mean, guys. We don't literally mean like fat for the average American, yo.
Hey, Shakur, can you just stay at 130? I mean, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, yeah. Can you have a little discipline, you fatty fuck? Can you stay at
fatty.
135? Can you stay at 135 long enough, bro?
Yeah.
But it's a little concerning, no, to see the roundness, right?
Yeah. No, definitely, especially because we're in episode 7 and it's still looking this way.
Well, but we still got. Let me see. I'm looking at the end of July, so I'll get a month and a half still.
It said 40. I think it's 46 days. The last thing I seen.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, 40. So that's like 6 weeks, I guess. Like 30 days, roughly about a month. So yeah, a month and a half, roughly. That's enough time, no?
I hope. I don't know what it takes to have the conditioning of a 12-round championship legendary fighter. I don't know what it takes. Right? I'm like, should he show something right now?
Right. All right.
But a 4-pack? Can we get a little?
Okay, so standard fight camp. Yep. 6 to 8 weeks. No, I mean, we're at the 6-week mark. So wouldn't this start now?
That's right. For him, it started months ago when he started his climb to 168. Sure. So like I said, they're not showing us where he's at on his weight. Strength and conditioning coach is there. You see, they put his, they show him every once in a while. He is eating. He's got a strength and conditioning coach, but I'm just not seeing his super middleweight yet.
Are you saying? I just turned on the videos, but go ahead.
Looks average. Just looks like an average guy in that hot yoga class. Doesn't look like an athlete at all.
As far as like his diet goes, I just tuned it in right now. I have it pulled up on my TV here, but what he's eating, have you paid attention to what he's eating? Like, does it look like he's like loading up on fucking rice and bread and shit, or what?
No, they haven't really shown any. I seen him eating a bag of popcorn one time. I know popcorn's light.
Yeah.
But it was still the first time that I seen a fighter in training walking around with a bag of popcorn, right? That was the first time I had seen that. But, I seen Tank eat candy, so, I guess get cheat every once in a while. And I know popcorn's light. So, no, I haven't paid attention. That's a good point. I should have been paying more attention to the table, what was on the tables, because they have shown them at the dinner table every once in a while. But yeah, no, I gotta agree with the reports of the 168 isn't looking like 168 right now. At least fighter of boxers 168 definitely looks 168 as a normal guy walking up the street. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. He's not showing a lot in his training, but he's very slow. His jump rope is slow, and I don't know, maybe he does it slow. He just does it long periods of time. But yeah, then no Roberto Duran jump roping or Pacquiao jump roping going
squatting down and shit. None of that.
Yeah, throwing the fucking jump rope at the wall as he's done. No, there's none of that. And it's like hey, bro. See, I was like, maybe I should not yell at my son. Sometimes I yell at Junior. Like, what the fuck why are you jump roping like that? He's got a slow pace going. You know what I mean? But shit, Terrence had a slow ass pace too. So maybe just longevity, I guess. Even though in amateurs you're supposed to work more explosion, correct? It's supposed to be faster pace because you got only 3 rounds. True.
Yeah, exactly. And like what, a minute or what is it? 2 minutes? What the hell?
For Junior. Okay. Yeah, for Junior right now. And then I think it goes like 2 minutes and then 3.
Yeah, so you have to be able to just during that time, right, and just pop it out. According to this Facebook post, ballooning to 186. Do you think that's true? Do you think he really got up that heavy, 186?
Oh shit! I didn't even.
This is what it says. Ballooning reportedly going from 155 to 186. So there's the beginning of his.
Well, that would give us the reason why he looks like a normal. That's like a normal weight of a casual average person walking up the street right now is 196 at his height. So that's why he looks normal, because he really does look normal. You don't see too much. Do you see his arms are still defined, right? You can see the muscle in his arm, but his body, no, there was nothing there. And So yeah, they would have to get him up so they can bring him down and give him muscle mass, right?
Yeah.
I think that's faster than if you try to do it the right way and build muscle as you grow. They had to get the fat on them and then build it coming down. I'm guessing is the plan. So we're gonna see on fight week. We got a little bit. We got at least 2 more weeks before we can really start putting a lot into his body. Like you said, most camps are 8 to 6 weeks. Let's give him 6 weeks. On the 6th week leading up to the fight, we'll like to see a little bit more definition coming out of this body. Dude, Canelo looks ripped. Have you seen Canelo? There's one. Have you seen Canelo's workout photos?
No, not yet.
There's already fucking 6-pack on him, dude.
Oh shit.
Okay. Like there's one video of him like he's sweating. You can see he's in shape, and they're like Canelo's putting in hard work for Crawford. So we do have that evidence right there. Like, why does the champ look like the champ, and you look like some dude walking up to a hot yoga class? That's exactly what Terrence did not look like the world champ walking up to a hot yoga class.
It looked like his girlfriend was like, "Babe, you should come to a hot yoga class." And be like,
"Yeah,
oh, okay,
you need to lose 5 or 10 pounds.
You can sweat it off there looking at other chicks." We can revisit this roughly, because the if I go according to the dates here, the 13th, exactly 1 month away, the 13th of August lands on a Wednesday, ironically.
Nice.
Because we'll end up having a show that Wednesday talking about whatever episode we happen to be watching at that point with Terrence Crawford. And then we can kind of have a better gauge from that point on. 1 month away from the fight, he better be a little bit more defined, right? He better be a little bit less chubby. He needs to be at least more in fight shape by that point. When you're a month away, you kind of have to by that point. The leeway of those extra weeks are kind of gone at that point.
Yeah, you're right. Because the week of the fight, you'll just be cutting some little pounds. You're kind of you should be done right at that time.
Yeah. And you would think it'd be easier for him, all right? I mean, the fact that he's coming up, he just revs it up a little bit and he'll start fucking burning some of the fat, right? And he'll be already back down. I mean, shit. Honestly, when I first heard about this fight being like officially signed, I thought he was gonna do what Manny did or something like that, like come in at 165 or whatever, right? Even if the limit is 168, he wasn't gonna come in like that. Apparently, he seems like he's gonna come in heavy, I guess, with the plan of maybe being able to get some mass in order to withstand the shots from Canelo. It seems like that's the plan, but in doing that, you could jeopardize other areas of your fight game, specifically his speed in this particular case. Because I've heard, I was watching clips of, I think it was Joe Rogan in his podcast, and I want to say he had Jim Lampley on, and they're talking about other stuff, and even Jim Lampley had this crazy theory of why Canelo has never been dropped or never been really seriously hurt. He has early in his career, but as of late, because he loves to ride horses, and that just strengthens his legs and his core. And the guy his balance is so good, and that's at least Jim Lampley's theory. He thinks that's one of the reasons why it's so difficult for people to drop that foot, because he's got great balance. He's got some firm, strong legs because of the horses, right? Canelo himself says, boxing is for upper body, the riding of the horses for the lower body. So that's Jim Lampley's theory, right? So on the show, they were talking, and they talked about, I want to say, Lampley asked Larry Merchant about whether or not Crawford can beat Canelo, and Merchant himself, at least in this conversation, said, well, Marvin Hagler did lose to Sugar Ray Leonard, right? How did he do it? In and out, steal rounds. That's how Leonard did it against Hagler, right? Is Crawford going to be able to do that with all this extra weight, the way he's putting it on? Is he going to be able to go in there, get out the way Sugar Ray Leonard did? I don't know. I don't think he can. And granted, it's different age groups, I get it, but the weight is similar. Sugar Ray came in fucking ripped for that fight. He was, he had come out of retirement, of course, but I don't know if this is going to be the same case with Crawford because of so much mass that he's putting. Maybe he won't be able to move in and out as easily as he would, and the speed advantage that we thought he might be having coming into this fight won't be there because of the weight.
Not only that, that's not really Crawford's forte. His game plan is to be a mover in and out using jet. Crawford's a dog, right? As they all say, he comes in, he walks you down, he places his punches in good positions. He's not a boxer. We're Sugar Ray was a boxer. So seeing him do that to Hagler, that's not like, oh man, this is something totally new. We haven't seen this. That's Sugar Ray.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Crawford's moving on Canelo. I think Crawford believes that he can shell up Canelo. Canelo has been boxed up before, where he gets uncomfortable and he starts taking way more punches than he gives. Remember, there's a few fights on Canelo's resume that people swear he did not win, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Crawford and Bomac have been watching enough of these fights where he shelled up to go, we can get him. We could get him to that point. We could break him mentally. Everybody's question is the first left hook, right hand combo that Canelo lands. What's it going to do to Crawford? That's what the unknown is. But I believe that they think they're going to straight walk Canelo down. I do believe that. I don't see him.
That's the plan, at least. It looks like that's the plan.
Yep.
Wow. That would be something. That would be something that they really went down. Like, if that's the plan, the strategy, and they try to follow through with it in the ring, damn, they're gonna collide.
Yeah,
damn sure it's gonna be.
He's definitely gonna take punishment, man. He's gonna take blows in this fight. Because I really don't ever think I've ever seen Crawford do the bounce or. Does he even bounce? Doesn't he? I'm almost certain.
I mean, for the most part, yes. I'm almost certain I have. I think it might have done it. He was like staggered against Gamboa one time, and he kind of sort of moved around a little bit more. Those are like kind of obscure references, but by and large are examples. No, by and large, no.
It kind of walks. Like, like sometimes when I watch the Spence highlights fight over, because I did watch it the other day. When I work out, I try to do anything that'll get me through the workout, right? So I have checked out Crawford, and I was thinking to myself, like, this game plan is not going to beat fucking Canelo at 168, and that's like his best fight is the Spence one, as far as just. He knocks him down, 5 times, something like that. He's fucking whooping his ass the whole fight. But it's the way he's going about it, right? There's even punches that Spence lands where it was like, oh, shit, did he hurt Crawford, right? He landed 2 or 3 of them in that place. So it's the moment when Canelo lands that shot. It's the moment when Canelo lands the right hand that he landed on Triple G. Will Terrence be able to stand up to that?
We can call him Floyd. That's what he's trying to do. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get that Floyd win back anyway. Some degree, some workabout way, he's trying to get it. But I get what you're saying. When Canelo lands that Amir Khan right hand, how is Crawford going to react to that?
Yep.
Okay, well, that remains to be seen. We're going to wrap this up, guys. We're not going to make too long of a show, but don't forget, this Saturday on DAZN, we have some boxing. Oscar Duarte takes on Kenneth Sims Jr. It's going to be on DAZN. So, hey, boxing is boxing. We're probably not going to see some Top Rank anytime soon. So, thank you, DAZN, Matchroom, Golden Boy, for some fucking boxing, for fuck's sake, because we're going to get to at least lean on that during these tough times, these rough times with no Top Rank until they're back. But that pretty much does it for this show. Andrew, is there anything else you wanted to toss in here before we call it a show?
No, that's it, bro.
All right, fantastic. Well, for my co-host, Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapache, I am Miguel Antonio Barragan, a.k.a. Fight Fiend Miggs, and this has been the Mad Boxing Show. Enjoy the rest of your work week. We will see you guys on Sunday. Peace and take care.